already I had the milk laid down.
Yes.
It was so painful. I had a lot of milk. Here I am. When I look at my husband, by the I took long before I could look my husband in the eyes.
In the eyes.
Because every time I used to look at him, I could see how disappointed he was. I could see the pain that he could not let it out in terms of words. You see? But he was trying to be always strong for me. I tell you, the nights were long. I remember I took long to sleep. I used to cry the whole night. People used to be in my house all through, but the moment they leave, my husband knew that is the start of crying again. The whole night I'm crying. By the way, if you could, that time if you could come my sheet, you could see how soiled it with the tears and the breast milk. So every day we will express the milk and try to massage with the warm water until I got the medication to suppress the milk. But I remember, I think it's a week I never slept, closing eyes like this, sleeping until I could not stand and balance myself. And I remember one night my husband told me, "And enough is enough. You should just stop crying, because the more I don't want to lose you
in the process. Yeah.
And then my counselors are also calling. They're like, "Can we come home? Give us a date." And I told them I don't want anyone in my house. Because even if they come, a choice has to start with you. But I told them I'm not ready to talk about anything. Because every time they could talk, I would feel like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Do you even know what I'm feeling?
Yes.
And then at time it came, I felt like my husband doesn't even understand what I'm going through.
Yes.
So one night, he told me, "You've not slept since we came from the hospital."
Yes.
And every time I could sleep, I would only sleep when people are in the house.
Yes.
And it's few minutes.
Yes.
And all my dreams were about my baby. You see, I could see my baby in the dreams. Or I could just see a baby somewhere. Or you can see me somewhere with the babies. And I could wake up. So one day my husband just picked me at night. It was around 12. Straight to the hospital. We went. We are there explaining why I'm not sleeping. And I could see this doctor is not again understanding me.
Yeah.
I just told them because of ABC. They was like, "So you're not getting any sleep?" "Yeah, I'm not getting." I said, "Okay, I'll give you something to help you sleep." I was given medication. I come, I sleep like 30 minutes. After that, I'm up again. I can't concentrate watching TV. I cannot be on Facebook. I cannot be on WhatsApp. I'm just there. And the moment I'm alone, start crying again.
The memories.
The next morning again, back to the hospital. Now we want to figure out, because the headache has become too much. I could not stand, control myself stand. I could not even stand 5 minutes or 10. I felt like dizzy. I think because of poor feeding, I'd lost a lot of blood, dehydration. I was not taking care of myself generally.
Yeah.
So the next time again we went to the hospital, I remember that doctor telling me one thing: even if I give you the best medication of sleeping, I'll just give you and you'll be dependent on them. And you are a small girl. You just need to accept what has happened. Because right now, the only thing I'm supposed to do as a doctor is to refer you to a psychiatrist. Because now, you've been here almost 3 times. What else? You need to see someone. You need to see someone to talk to you, and maybe we know what is happening with yourself. Because a normal human being is not sleeping a week plus. And again, when he checked, he looked at my eyes. I could see I was a bit anemic. Of course, generally, I don't have a lot of blood.
Yes.
So again, I've not taken care of myself, eating, of which in this house I had food.
All the time.
Yeah. Fruits
All
and
the
everything,
time.
but I had no that time. Even it was bad. Thank God you are there. Even birthing, I remember Julian telling me twende tukaoge. Because this path really needs people who can understand you.
Yes.
And I remember when that doctor told me this is the last medication I'm giving you, what you do, and I told him, can't you inject me so that I can sleep in this hospital? He said it is possible, by the way. But my husband said no. Let us go home. When we came back, we sat down, we talked, we cried, and we started praying. Mimi hakuna maneno ilikuwa inatoka because I was like, after all sasa naomba nini? Mbona hata naomba? Even when my husband was praying, I'm like, mbona unaomba maombi refu hivyo? You know, and I was so mad, I was so pissed. But I thank God for him. He never lost hope on me. Leave that part. Became our part now. Emotionally, physically, everything now wants a baby. By all means.
Because now you are trying to make up
I'm like, now someone told me, I don't remember who told me, if you want to forget about all these things,
you get pregnant again.
So I was like, so I can get pregnant. I'm like, when will my periods come? So I was waiting on those periods.
Yes, after delivery. After delivery, yes.
And thank God I'm kind of a person after 6 weeks.
Yes.
They are there. So after 6 weeks, I think
you are like, all, it's all lights.
Everything around me ni mtoto. Tunataka mtoto.
Yeah.
I was trusting my husband. Nilikuwa na stress.
Yes.
Naambia nataka mtoto. Anaambia, if I was the giver of babies, ningekupesa. Hata angekuwa ananunuliwa mahali ningekuletea. I know how much you want babies.
Yes.
But let us wait on God.
Yeah. But you are looking at it like a form of healing for yourself.
Yes, I'm like, now again, remember this time, most of my friends have babies.
Yeah.
Whenever I see their babies, nilikuwa nasikia kitu nasema. And then whenever I will see someone pregnant, nilikuwa sikuwa nataka hiyo attachment.
Yes.
Sikuwa nataka nimkaribia mleke. If something happens again, naweza kuwa acha nijiweke kando.
Yes.
And then I stayed without holding people's
babies. Yes.
Every time I would pass even in town and I see a baby, I would get emotional. Yani I would get emotional until I will forget what I was doing.
Yes.
I would walk, if they are beggars, I would walk, I'm like restraining, I don't want to give. But when I reach a distance, I come back and I give. You see now, my emotions are making me to give anyhow, even when it's not wanted.
Yes.
I really wanted a baby so much. Until I started now telling, I said, I told my husband, ama nikanunue zile pills za kuongeza fertility.
Unaona ni kama it's not happening as soon.
It is not happening
as soon as you want it to happen.
Until I became paranoid. Until now, I started getting the signs of pregnancy.
Yes.
I bought a lot of kits. I would test after. I'm like, second week itafika lini? Itafika lini ni test. Do you know, I could come from work, I feel I'm bloated, I'm feeling like
now it has happened.
Pregnancy. Me there, very fast. Until one day, I tested a lot of kits, and I will keep them up there kwa kabodi kapo kwa bafu, so that tomorrow, maybe it is the money is very
low,
not strong, yes. So tomorrow, maybe tomorrow in the morning, as I'm going to shower, I will check. It's still clean.
Negative.
Oh my God. But why am I feeling like I'm pregnant?
Yes.
So one day I came from work, I'm like, I'm not going home straight. I'm going for a lab blood test.
Like an official. I'm like, you think like your urine is not working.
Yes. So I went. I told this doctor, clinician who was there, I want to test pregnancy. He's like, okay. When was your last periods? Yes. Okay. Sema sawa, nenda ulipe 500. and the marquee.
Yes.
I remember very well. I think that's the only money I had.
Yes.
So meaning I will come to ask for fare again.
Yeah,
Hiyo
for
ni pesa
transport.
ya fare
Ya
ya
kesho.
I paid. Well, I sat there waiting. I'm like, I know I'm pregnant. Even in my mind,
yes.
I know I'm pregnant.
Yes.
I think I had a lot of a lot of thinking.
Yes.
Of wanting a baby until my mind had absorbed that.
Yes.
So everything was behaving like I'm a
so you're a pregnant woman.
The test is here. Negative. Heartbroken. Do you know I cried? I don't know how I even crossed the road coming home. I cried, but because I don't want to tell my husband, nilipitia hospitali kupimwa.
So after kukaribia nyumbani, you wipe your tears and
kukaribia nyumbani, I wiped my tears and I came greeting the mama mbogas and
so that now the joy can come back. You're going.
I came and asked. I remember one time I went to church. It was Thanksgiving Sunday, and I think I gave a Thanksgiving, and I told God, whatever you've decided, let it be. And I went and I kept, and I never prayed. I just said those words, na nikapeleka bahasha, na nikakaa hivyo. So came a time when even the relationship was with my husband wasn't even that good.
Yes.
You know? I'm nagging.
Yes.
I feel like he's not understanding. Sometimes I will give the silent
treatment. Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, unielewi.
Yes.
When I'm trying to tell you this, oh God, he has passed through a lot. So one day we came and decided, and he told me, you know, in everything you should just give thanks.
Yeah.
We don't know why this baby went to be with the Lord.
Yeah.
You just need to be optimistic and thank God for everything. I remember he told me we need to plant a seed for the new babies we want in future. He told me, personally, I know God is going to bless us, but with his time.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to give you pressure.
Yes.
And don't be afraid that I'm going to leave you.
Wow.
Because you lost the baby.
Yeah.
I know it was not your mistake.
Yes.
Something happened, it happened.
And how did that make you feel? Especially when you were looking at him earlier with eyes of like he's judging you, and now hearing those words come from his mouth.
I felt loved. Inside me I felt, so the last man standing still supports me.
Yes.
I felt good. And inside me I said, actually I'm doing wrong to myself and to my husband. He told me, don't look what people will say. You should look at me. I'm the final say, mi ndo nitasema. I'm your husband. I'm okay with everything. And that's why I've been there for you. So he told me, for me, I believe God. Yes. Let's start a journey. I don't want you to be crying. Okay, morning is okay. He told me, if you feel like crying, just come and cry.
Yes.
But we need to start a new journey. And this journey, we need to be more prayerful.
Yes.
And we need to have faith. Because by then, my Christian life ilikuwa imeanza kuwa shiki because I felt like no need of church. Actually, you had seen I was not even coming to church. Niko tu hapo. So he told me we need to plant a seed.
Yes.
And that seed we need to plant wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
So we planned, we looked for some few cash. We put in the bahasha and we called our pastor. We explained ourselves and we said why we were there. And I remember he said, mmechukua ile njia inafaa. And he prayed for us and he told us, God has already granted your heart desires. Nendeni mfanye yale mnatakiwa kufanya. And
imani na matendo.
Yes. You know how he says. By there after there nilifeel unashisikia ka heart kakiwa kamechangamka kakiwa na another positive
another
force.
Hope.
Ikuwa sana but at least imeinuka from where I was.
Yes.
So we came back and I decided now I'm not going to to even stress my husband
Yes.
about the baby.
Yes.
I told him now sasa anytime you have to date.
Yes.
Sisi tuende out, sisi to have fun.
Yes.
And I decided to bury myself in work.
Yeah.
I was working.
Yeah.
Nikikuja, hata sometimes we go out, we eat, because now that's our moment
Yes,
of bonding.
yes.
We go, we just have the small fun, we come back, we sleep. It became a routine until I forgot I even want a baby. I think it came a point we really wanted to know, because we never wanted to conceive without knowing what led to
Yes.
the birth of a preterm baby. So we discussed and we decided to go and see a gynecologist. My friend, tulitembea. We went to one. Some even they don't want you to finish your stuff. They're like, you have incompetent cervix. Remedy ni siwe ni nurse. Utakuja tuweke McDonald stitch when you're around 12 to 15 weeks hapo. Hivyo. And when you are almost delivering, ukuje tutoe.
Wow.
That thing
They are
is
not even
expensive.
they are not
not
given
hearing.
time.
Yes, niji explain.
Usharudi kwa kazi.
Yes.
Umejimas kwa job. You have started dating your husband. Now how do you now come to realize, oh, I am actually expecting another baby?
I can say this baby, she's a miracle.
Yes.
Ushaona mtoto, yani I'm medic, I'm
Yes.
pregnant, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Nimerudi that normal part of me,
Yes.
of social, now up and down. I could be able to meet people, we could talk without
Yes.
crying.
Yes.
So it started like a joke. You know, I loved smoking so much, but this time I'm craving for my eye boil
With kachumbari.
with the kachumbari ya pilipili. And then for breakfast, we used to take mostly tea with the mandazi or bread. But this time there was, in Westlands, you know, food is expensive.
Yes.
Eh? So there was a joint that used to sell affordably cheap. They used even to have uji, porridge. So sometimes we used to go there with my team to go and take porridge. But one time I went and I saw my colleague asked for chapati na mayai.
Chapati mayai.
Mayai.
Yes.
And I told him, naeza onja, you know I'm not a fan of chapati. Do you know, I told him, naeza kula hii mayai yako pikiwe ingine. Well, because he was a guy, he told me, sawa, akaambia the mom, please make for me another one.
Yes.
I ate plus uji. Wakacheka wakasema, leo unakunywa chai chapati na mayai.
Chapati mayai na uji.
I said yes, and it was so, every day in the morning when I would wake up, nikifika Westi,
that is the only thing you feel like taking.
And mayai, I will first eat mayai boil like 2, then I used to eat. Then I remember our HR was called Mercy. She was my friend because we used to take her to go and bring bananas for selling with her car. So one time we were going to Kangemi, as we are going to those pathways to go inside the market, we found a guy standing there with a bucket. I need the mayai. And I never had money.
Yes.
So I told Mercy, you will pay for this. And she's like, and you eat mayai in the morning. Yes. Again, you know, too much eggs are not good. I'm like, I want this. Wakaniangalia. Mary's my friend commented, and uko sure uko sawa? I'm like, yeah, of course. He paid for the mayai. We took all of us. We continued. We went. The same routine. After 3 days, nikaanza saa kufeel the bloating. I'm like,
unajiambia labda ni zile mayai zenye unakula.
When you are nearing the periods,
yes.
I said, by the way, I might be having periods in the few days to come.
Yes.
So maybe the bloating and everything. Then I used to be, I feel I'm so energetic. And I'm so social. You know, someone anajifeeling when you change. So I went for the meeting as usual. I used to do, is it twice a week? So this particular day I went for the meeting to Kaenda. So sitting there, I felt it's like I felt like a pain. And I said, bas, maybe my periods are there. I just told my best friend, to end hivi. Because I know in her bag she never lacks those things.
Yes.
She has the pads and everything, even the razors if you want. So when you went to the toilet, actually, they are my periods. But this time, you know, the first day when you feel you want to have the periods, mine, I don't get a full period. Maybe like a spotting or somehow. But this one, I feel the pain. I went, I was soiled. So it was so bright, pinkish, but it was wet. So tukaenda, meeting ilikuwa almost tukamaliza, nikachukua sweater friend yangu nikajifunga, nikapanda basi nikakuja home. So tomorrow I'm waiting for the nimeka hadi pale. The periods are not there. The third day, they are not there. Something clicked
in your mind.
Kale ka spotting the third day ndio nilikaona. Ka pink tena. Something clicked. Mary asked me kama niko sawa. Do you know what I did? I called. I never told them. I called the driver. Apparently I was going to pick results of patient in Nairobi West. No, Nairobi Women's Hurlingham. So the driver came. We went. As we reached there, I just told him, wacha niingie chemist. I bought 4 strips of pregnancy. Yani nilikuwa na washo, nitafika saa ngapi? Nikaona sitafika. Ya kwanza, nilitest hapo Nairobi Women's. My friend, I saw the first one, nikaona ya pili ikiform. I was almost falling down. Nilikafunga mbio nikakaeka kwa pocket. I went and I'm like, I need to go home. But again, I'm restless. I need to confirm this. Again, at work. Kwa bath, then again I
tested again.
My friend, again, 2 of them. But now, the second one is not so much conspicuous like the first one.
Yes.
But being a medic, it means
you're pregnant.
It's
not
too much, too strong to show on the kid. Hey, I was like, should I tell my colleagues or no? I'm an happy Jonah. Like, no, I wanted to do those things like I couldn't surprise, but the joy in me, I could not contain it. I remember I called him, I told him, uko happy leo? Are you very far?
Yes.
I'm around today I feel like eating nyama choma. You know, gets used to have nice nyama choma. We had a lady who used to make for us. So we used to call her in advance. So by the time we arrive, it's ready. I said, I'll just call Esther to be preparing it. I have the money. I said, okay. And I couldn't wait. 5:30 was too far for me.
Those were the longest
that
hours
day,
of your day.
I said, I'm not calling, I'm not telling anyone. That day, I escaped from work at 4:30. Good thing I had good people who understood. I told them, now I don't know how I'm going to balance my boss, but akikuja mwambie nilienda hosi. Si anajua naendanga sasa na class. They told me, okay, fine. Akamwambia leo uko na nini unaenda mapema hivyo? I'm like, I need to rest somewhere. So I wanted to be in Utawala early enough to be able to share the news. We came. When we reached where we were tweeting nyama choma, I just told him nipeleke cho. Yani nipime ingine
to confirm
ya tatu ndio nipe.
Yes.
Guy, true to my words. Again, a third line. A second line. Nikamuonyesha. Sasa niza ni nani?
Ati ni nani? Ni kama wapatana na mtu huko kwa washroom akakupatia.
You know, we had already brushed off that we can be pregnant.
Yes.
And I told him, alishtuka. It's like, serious. I don't even know Kinyalinyambia afterwards. I remember hugging, to hug for long until the people were, so we had to leave because
mko hapo kwa mlango ya choo.
the entrance of the toilet. I'm telling you, Nyamachoma was not getting down. We went. We were just, no words were coming, we were just smiling. Now I was imagining, I was like, mtoto si grown. Tumba ikwe, tumalize.
Yes.
So good enough. When we came home, we prayed.
And thanking
we
God.
Thanked God. So we started a journey.
Yes.
We said, now this journey, we will not go walk alone.
You will not go back to the clinic
no.
Yeah.
We said that we are going to sacrifice ourselves. We look for a professional gynecologist, someone who listen to us. I think they gave me the number.
Yes.
And they gave me another one who is around Nairobi Hospital. So I never went to the one in Kenyatta because of the line.
Yes.
Tutapata line kubwa na mimi siko na hiyo
And
patience.
right now you are not taking chances on anything.
Nilisema hata itanicost milioni.
Yes.
Mtafanya harambee. So we went to this one of Nairobi Hospital. I remember that day we prayed tukaambia Mungu asi to blush off kama wale wengine.
Yes.
Hakuna mtu akutusikiza. Tuliona tukapata nyewe so much, many ladies are waiting. We also waited. We waited. There was some coffee there. We took a lot of coffees as we wait. But my heart was pumping.
Yes.
When we reached, the guy smiled. Yes, Anne, how are you? Yani,
yes, there is a relationship.
Yes,
and there is.
The moment he received us, I felt my heart. This is the one.
You are at peace.
Even before we had even started our discussion and every story, we talked a lot of things. And to the bond.
Yes.
Immediately. Akatuambia sasa niambie mkwa paje. This is the story. We could, the way you could listen, you could even see his feeling it inside there.
Yes.
You know, even the facial expression. Yani, he was someone who was waiting. And I came to discover that's why there were so many ladies out there. And one lady would take a lot of time inside there because I was like, daktari anakaje na watu. We talked and he was like, okay, that's good. So what we will do now, because I can umejua ukona weeks ndio I've just discovered kwa kit, so I just tukaamua tukuje because the kit has already shown I can be fine. What we will do, let us try to see kwa scan.
Yes.
Kama we can see anything.
Going
to the scan. For sure we can see something.
Yes.
For sure we saw.
You saw. And you were overjoyed.
Yani kalikuwa kanakaa kabola tu nasema oh God, I'm so happy.
Yes.
Imagine I was 8 weeks pregnant.
Wow.
8 weeks. Who stayed 8 weeks without knowing?
Without knowing.
And I was like, can it converse the way it is? That doctor was so good. And he told me, what? Alipomwona gynecologist nikawaza yes, this is the case like that.
And these are the recommendations they are giving.
Akaniambia, it can be like that, but I'm going to treat you differently.
Yes.
I want to put you on medications first. Hormonal first, he gave me progesterone pills. Akaniambia, we first want to have the progesterone pills so that to be able to preserve the pregnancy. He gave me a lot of medications. Na akanipea another test we do. Akaniambia, when you come for the next visit, you come when you've done this test. You can do them anywhere. But so far, go start this medication. It gave me a lot, even the ones I could not expect a pregnant woman can do. Something very simple like aspirin. Ascadam, like tunapeangwa nurse, but I'm like tunapeangwa. Kanambia yes. He explained every medication he was explaining to me. Therefore, what? He told me, go and take them. But whenever you feel anything is off, even when at the thought of it, give me a call. A call. No matter the time. By then, do you know, we used to call them him even at night. And he would pick. Very jovial. Even if he was sleeping. Very jovial. Yes, Anne. mkwaje ile
na
Na
wakumbuka. You know, there are
nakumbuka.
some guys you visit as a lady and they don't have a relationship with you. They cannot
Yes.
even remember your name. What was your problem? Kwanza sasa ni kuanze kuwakumbusha.
This one, the moment tulimpigia kwanza tukaambia ni kama alisave number ya my husband. Mostly we used to call with my husband, so we have credit all the time. Sisi atunaka. So the first thing I remember, he asked me, unafanya kazi gani?
Yes.
Nikamwambia my profession. Akaniambia wapi? Nikamwambia Westlands. No, naishi wapi? Nikamwambia Utawala. Akaniambia you drive or you go with the public means? Akaniambia public means. Akaniambia that is hectic though. Akaniambia ni sawa. Uenda lakini uangalie tu your daily, how you, whatever you do, if you feel anything.
Yes.
But take a lot of precautions. But if there's anything or you feel something is not okay with your body, you call me. Ni sawa. Tukaanza journey. I started going to work. But every time I would alight the matatu,
Yes.
I would feel some.
Yes.
Ni kama
Yes.
pain. So one time, I was at work. After morning drive to Westlands, going, I started spotting again. You know what it means?
Yes.
That moment, again, I felt no. Nilisema tu shit. And I went and told Mercy, book for me, nitie Uber.
Yes.
Saa hii. Akanambia kwa mgonjwa, nikamwambia nitie tu Uber. And I went into deep thought. Like hata ukiniangalia you could see something is wrong. I was even shaking. I called Dr. Bosira. I told him nimeona hii. Akanambia kindly come immediately to the office. I'm in the office. Arrive here in the next 30 minutes. I see you because I have a surgery at sijui ilikuanga 2 p.m. Uber ikakuja. I felt like it's taking forever on the road. Kufika alikuwa ameambia the secretary. Nikafika nikaingia. Akaangalia akaniambia, I can't see the service is closed, but I don't know why you are bleeding. Akaniambia, did you take what? Akaniambia yes. Akaniambia sasa hapa itabidi we do something different. I want you to resign. Because it might be you have no problem. Because from the test everything is okay.
Yeah.
It might be you're one of those ladies who don't need a lot of work or you a lot of exercises when they are pregnant. Akaniambia, we need to do everything in our powers to protect this baby. I want you to resign. If not so, no, before that he had given me a bed rest for 2 weeks. But you know the nature of my job, they cannot give me 2 weeks.
Yes.
So when I came home like 3 days, I was called back to work. So afterwards nikurudi kwake, nikamwambia, akaniambia sasa itabidi resign. Because after all, when you look at things, it's not all about money. It's about of this baby. We can't afford to lose another baby. Akanidraftia barua nipelekee boss wangu. Because I was like, nitaenda kusema aje na resign. Again, in me, I love my job so much.
Yeah.
Mtoto tena nataka vitu mzuri. My husband ananiambia, God is the provider.
Yes.
So that kama ameleta this baby at this time, just know his plans.
Yes.
They were underway and now he's fulfilling the plans.
Yeah.
We will never lack. You know, gynecology is expensive. But it was like, I will provide. Don't worry about them, I will provide. We will never miss any clinic. We will provide. And then Dr. Bosira told me, now you go for a total bed rest till around 7 months to surpass the other one.
Yes.
The other one was around 6-7. I can remember you go for a total bed rest until 7 months. But after every 2 weeks, you'll be coming for a checkup.
Yeah.
So after every 2 weeks, you used to go for a checkup plus a scan to see how things are going, because they never wanted to take any chances. Yeah. Kidogo I'm 18 weeks. I was like, you are doing well.
Yes.
You are doing well. But I never stopped the medication.
Yeah.
I used to take medication. I think I took them up to around 8 months. They were expensive. But do you know what? We never lacked.
Yes.
We never lacked even money to go for the clinics.
Yes.
That tells you whatever God has started.
Yes.
He will finish it.
Yeah. Amen.
He used to encourage us. He's like, and you are doing well.
Yes.
Endelea tu. Endelea. Kidogo, I'm 30 weeks.
Wow.
I'm like, oh.
We have even surpassed
I'm like, now I'm a happy mother.
Yes.
So the thing I did, I really hid this pregnancy. The other one, I had already started posting on WhatsApp, status, I'm there. But this one, very few people knew.
Yes.
Even my parents, I told them when I was around 7 months. Because I never wanted to disappoint anyone.
Yes.
I wanted to really be sure. So I never posted. I never told anyone my plans. We were just about prayers and doing whatever the doctors told us.
Yes.
Even doing extremely. Even in the bathroom, I never used to stand a lot. We had like a stool.
Yeah.
I could sit, shower, then come. Yani, there's no moment you find me doing any exercise or standing. When I was around 34 weeks. So my gynecologist told me, congratulations. So
Yeah.
even if this baby decides to come now, we are ready.
Yes.
She's already mature, but we're not going to have come now.
Yes.
We want her to come at the right time. So from there, the clinics, we had to stop. It told me, unless otherwise, you can come in.
Yes.
So start planning about the delivery.
Now the delivery.
Anytime.
Yes.
So yes, you where you live, I can advise better you pick a hospital near you.
Near you.
But if you need me around,
Yes.
we can always figure it out.
Yeah.
But around 38 weeks, I think peer fears. You don't want the labours to. I never want the labours to find me in the house because already now I know my baby again is breech. I felt some kind of pain that lasted the whole night. It was mild. Equal to going to the back. Inakuja naenda.
Yes.
I told my husband, no, before you go to work in the morning, let's get checked first.
Yes.
To be sure, because I feel my instincts are telling me otherwise.
Yes.
But that time, I think I had gone and bought Pampers. My bag was ready. Everything, you know, as a mother, everything was very much ready. I'm like, whatever happens, nataka tu CS nipewe mtoto.
Yes.
We went in, because even those doctors and nurses were, even the watchmen knew me. They're like, umekuja tena.
Yes. You're not taking any chances on this baby.
So when I went, they told me, sasa itabidi nimekuangalia kwanza nisikie. Kuangalia kanamba, uko dilated kidogo, around 2 centimeters. So wewe, achukua kitabu yangu akaandika hapo juu, precious baby. Akanambia, sasa what you are going to do, I'm not letting you to go home. Already, mtoto tumemngoja sana. Anatoka leo.
Na wewe pia uko ready, akuje tu.
Afu nikakuwa shocked kidogo, reality pia, but I was like, okay, fine.
Yes.
Glory to God, the baby is coming today. In preparation, I was taken in. I went and on 16th of June, 2020, God gave us baby Zuri.
COVID season.
Yes. Imagine, hakuna kukaa na watu ward, no visiting,
Isn't it amazing?
It is amazing. It is amazing.
And having the joy of just holding your baby who is well, who is healthy, who is looking at you full face.
I know. The first time I saw my baby, I could not utter words of thanksgiving, but my heart was bleeding of joy and thanksgiving inside. Tears was the only thing that was coming. At some point I forgot nimekatwa. Akuneza, yani nilikuwa nasikia nasema nye nageuka. Auntie nurses told me take it slow. Relax. Atutaki emergency.
But you're the only one who could understand the joy that you are feeling.
Every pain was worth it. I'm like, hii pain bora kwa hapa. I don't mind. So
wow. And that joy right now, I know how many years now? She's
almost
2 years.
Next month
Yes.
she'll be 2 years.
Someone who is walking and calling you mom and
kwanza the way she calls me mom, kuna kakitu na feeling kameruka ndani hapo.
Unamwambia you are a testimony.
Yeah, you are a testimony.
You are a testimony of what
Yes.
God has done for us
Yes.
in our lives. And that is so encouraging. And at this point, I would just like you to encourage a mom out there who has gone through loss
Yes.
in their lives. They were carrying a pregnancy. Some miscarry. Some go through the unplanned abortion because there are complications of the baby where the pregnancy has to be terminated by the doctors. It was not their will. And some mothers have received their babies in their hands and they have lost them. And they are in that season where you are in the season of brokenness.
Yes.
As you wait for the next miracle that God has for you. What can you encourage them?
Me, the only thing I will tell mothers out there, you've lost or you're in a journey waiting for God, just tell them to trust in God. Because sometimes God will use your pain to give you a purpose in life. Also, God can put you in a difficult position for him to draw you closer to his heart. Because at that time of frustration,
yes,
he also wants to align your life to his plans. You get? So I'll tell the mothers there, never lose hope. God is an intentional God.
Yes.
He never works in a coincidence way.
Yeah.
God is always intentional. His plans are always yes and amen. He will always deliver. In all the things that you do. The only thing we should not forget is to lose the focus.
Yes.
And the faith and the hope.
Yeah.
If we keep the three,
yes,
God will always deliver us from our frustrations.
Yes.
Because at the end of it, or even the worst period of our lives, there is a purpose of that lesson that we learn there.
Yes.
The only thing is to cling on God and know that God is an intentional God.
Yeah.
Whatever He does it intentionally.
Yes.
Sometimes He does it to cause us pain so that we can always draw closer to Him. Because from myself, from that part of mourning, I lost hope. But let me tell you right now, when I see my baby, I feel every time I should just lay a hand on her and pray for her.
Yes.
So my life has changed. Even my Christian life has changed. I'm able to pray. I'm also optimistic about tomorrow.
Yes.
You know, I'm also able to plan, not on my own, but I am including God in my plans because I know with Him, He will not leave me.
Yes.
You know, na? And then again, nowadays I don't do things on my own. I don't, my plans, Nona Kitambo, I would say, I need this money to do ABCD.
Yes.
But nowadays, I'm like, even if I don't have this money, I know God is going to provide, you know. Everything you do, just include God. Because at the end, God is not going to frustrate you.
Yeah.
And there are lessons. When you are passing through mourning, I came to realize that God can put you in a situation so that you can be strong for others. I found myself being strong for people who have gone through the same situation.
Yeah.
I'm able to encourage someone, something I could never do before. I could stand there and tell them, you know, hey, you know what? It is going to be okay.
Yes.
It's not the end of life.
Yes.
I know there's nothing heavy than carrying a casket of your own child. But I know at the end of it all,
yes,
God will come through and He will give us children. Is it Psalms 129:11 that says, God will settle a childless woman in a home full of children.
Yeah.
So that's enough to show us that God is still loving.
And He's still working
He's
for
still
us.
working for us.
And how can medical practitioners or hospitals or staff who work in hospitals, nurses, doctors, how can they support? Now, not considering that you're a nurse yourself, but now as a mother who has lost a child, how can hospitals support mothers who have lost their children in the labor ward?
I would say we should, as nurses, let me include myself there, because nowadays, even the way I handle people has become different. Even the way I see people is different. I would say doctors and nurses, we should be very, very gentle on these people. They are vulnerable at that moment. I wish hospitals could have a room away from the postpartum ward, where a mom will be able to be alone with the family to just figure out things. Because like mine, when I was put with other babies, is somehow you feel is like the anger is too much in you. I wish they could have a place for these mourning mothers and their families to just be alone for a moment from the outside world and the cries and everything, where they can be met by their spiritual fathers and mothers to give them hope and everything, instead of putting them in the main ward with the other nursing moms. Also, I feel like, you see, like mine, I had someone to hold my hand and bring counselors with me. Should do a follow-up. When I wish they had the resources, of which the resources are not there, but if it was in their power, they should do the follow-ups to these moms. Because the follow-ups, we tend to know that, kumbe kuna mtu bado ananijali. But in the era now, when you lose, they just do everything for you until you go home, mama. But that's never enough. The follow-ups and also keeping in touch with them. Even not that calling alone, you can send one midwife or a representative to go and check on them. Or even you can hire the counselors for them. You know, counselors are also expensive. I know I can afford a counselor, but what about a mother in Madare who can't afford? If there's something that can be done in the medical sector, maybe start. Even the trained counselors who can be doing the follow-ups for these women. Also, there are people who lose babies without knowing what led to the loss of the pregnancies of the babies. Because medically, most people, you see, like us, when like you are learned. You know what you're supposed to do before you get married. You have to go, you do the blood test, you see, you know your blood group and whatever. Others don't know. But if we have this free health education to the machinani people, and we tell them you need to learn ABCD, you go to the hospital before you engage yourself in the activity. You know, we will have saved a lot of babies. But most of the people, I feel, health-wise, they don't know about themselves.
Education,
Yes, the health education in the villages and the slums will help a lot. I wish the government had put that in place, but I don't know. It's not. I don't think it is happening. But I believe we can do more in terms of the health sector. But I know it's because of the shortages of the health workers. Also, they are also, their hands are tied. They can't overstretch. You find you have to release this mother so that you can save a bed for another one. So you have no time also to tell this mother this is what you're supposed to do. But I know they are trying. There is ABCD that they give. But apart from that, there is more out there. Also, we need to talk to their family members, how to accept a mourning mother afterwards.
Especially after losing their child.
Because stigmatization in the traditional setup is bad. Stigma only can make someone lose the mind. You run crazy because imagine me, I was accepted back and people were there surrounding me. I'm like, kumbe bado naitajika. What about that village mama? Inside the village, whose husband has gone to the drinking bay, akaambiwa fukuza yeye, huyu hawezani. who could go and teach them and tell them when a mother has lost, we can do ABCD.
Yeah.
They can always conceive again.
Yes.
Who could tell those mamas in the village? Don't give these women traditional medicine and to clean their homes and their homes are dirty or whatever. I wish something can be done.
Yeah.
Because also the stigmatization out there about the traditional women is too much.
Yes.
Others, they give you, I don't know, other medication to tell you are cleaning your home. In the process, you're destroying everything
you
making
have.
it even worse. You see? But God is a generous God. He knows how to handle our situations.
Yes.
He knows how to handle a rural person, and that's why you find
an urban person.
Yes. So
True.
I just give glory to God.
Amen.
Yes.
And I hope that you feel encouraged, you feel motivated, and even you feel you have more hope to go on. And I want to thank Anne for sharing her story. Thank you so much. I know it was not easy to actually go down that lane, but through this, you have encouraged someone, you have motivated someone to go on and even to keep hope alive. And thank you so much for watching this video. More interviews and more stories and journeys of moms and motherhood are coming. So if you haven't subscribed, kindly do. And thank you for the support. Thank you for the for watching, for all the comments. May God bless you, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful time.